example, the CQP has a regulation that states, under the CQP, moisture content should not fall between 8% or exceed 12.5%, and there should be no more than 86 or 150 defects per 300 gram sample of Arabica or Robusta coffee, respectively. The ICO also discourages trading coffee with less than the equivalent of 95% green coffee as the basic raw material. In order to operate and sustain a relationship with other countries, the ICO also cooperates with the Association for Science and Information on Coffee, which holds the international conferences at which scientists present the latest findings on scientific research and technological developments in the area of coffee. The legal factors in Pastel analysis include specific laws and regulations that affect how a company decides to operate and behaviors the customer exhibits in reaction to these laws and regulations. The Internet Coffee Organization works on improving quality by focusing on how well the coffee can be sustained in order for it to be consumed long and short term. Along with improving food safety, the Coffee Quality Improvement Program makes sure that during shipping, no contaminants are present and that the shipping itself is attractive to the customer.
Hi everyone. So political example for coffee relationship that are impacting countries. I feel like the tariffs that get imposed on, especially if you import something from overseas. Also, like these days, I feel like the Ukrainian-Russian war is impacting prices a lot, and people are in India and Vietnam are getting less products from the countries that are affected by the war. Also, I feel like the one more good example was U.S. Department of Labor reports that shows the coffee plantation in 14 countries using forced and child labor, which is like big political issues if you live in democracy and you have you speak up for children rights and the women rights, and that's the biggest factor because since those countries they're using child labor and woman labor, and actually I feel like it will not be a good factor considering that we are getting in coffee from these companies. Also, coffee exports to Ukraine and the neighboring countries from India are threatened by the Ukraine-Russian war. Since again, because it is war, I feel like it's impacting lots of global trade, and the global trade, like once we need to keep this in mind because it is gonna impact in future. Maybe not this conflict so much. Maybe in future there will be more conflict, like between U.S. and China, which will actually impact about 80% of global economy. And the second is technological. I feel like the it has advanced a lot since the beginning. Let's say from 1600s, people are using these days. Professional coffee judges approved a new species of coffee plant which can tolerate temperature higher than Arabica trees. So I feel like you could actually use some artificial and technology to make up certain type of coffee. Also, coffee waste may have used new flame restaurants from polymers. That was a good example. Also, Maryland Coffee Roaster, Cosmos Roaster used solar powered machine instead of natural gas like most commercial coffee roasting equipment. So as we are moving forward, I feel like the technological advance is actually helping us uh, create a different kind of coffee and different flavor of coffee, which will impact our lives in future. Thank you.
The environmental factor for the coffee industry will be climate change. Climate change is affecting the coffee production and its quality. I think the Starbucks CEO talk about the coffee production is being affected by climate change, and even though they can get more beans out, the beans might not have the best quality, so the flavor won't be the same. Mostly African countries that their main economy is coffee, such as Ethiopia, Ivory Coast, Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania, are being affected by rising temperatures and the lack of rain. The bad climate causes African coffee farmers to face different struggles to meet demands. These farmers are trying to find ways to continue production, but also keeping in mind that the high demand for the famous type of coffee, Arabica, which is consumed worldwide, might go extinct. So if it goes extinct, then there won't be a lot of coffee for these people that really like Arabica. And this also goes to the economic factor because if these African countries that their main source of like their economy is based on coffee production, lose Arabica, which is the coffee that they produce, then their economy will go downside. Everything will get bad for them. They need to find ways to get money. So the climate change is affecting these African countries, both environmental, because they cannot meet the production. There's no rain. There's high temperatures. They cannot make coffee in those environments, and it's affecting also their economic. It's affecting their economy because it's based on coffee, and if they cannot make coffee, then they cannot sell coffee, so then they cannot get money. So, and if Arabica goes extinct, then everything is done for them. So they're trying to see how the cocoa industry is doing, but that's what they're doing right now.